Dubai takes center stage as an event winner will be crowned today on the Persian Gulf, as SailGP opens up the Middle East leg of Season 4 with the Emirates Dubai Sail Grand Prix presented by P&O Marinas.
Watch for the line to turn white. And we go out of the middle of the line. It's Switzerland, but Canada, the fast-charging Canadians with Phil Robertson steering's done well. And France has set up with the fastest line into Mark 1, but can they get round those other boats? Beautiful work. You could see how high they were flying the boat there. Jason Saunders pushing it to the limit, but they lead out around Mark 1, and they're going to be well set on this tight course. Being in the lead is a huge advantage.
Right now, we have France just really struggling, and they're giving away that lead. I'm not sure what's going on in that boat, but something is not right.
Canada, lead change, they're past the French, and what a start for this new lineup. Paul Campbell-James on board now as wing trimmer for that Canadian team. Swiss a bit of a roadblock for New Zealand, but there could be a little gap inside here. Will Burling be able to find a way through? He's forced around the outside, and there's that pontoon in there. Oh my word, they've got the windward foil in the water. Both boats fall off the foils, and that got really messy for New Zealand there. They've made an overtake, but they're going to have to re-accelerate. Canada, well, they've done a really nice job. They've got out in front, and unlike the French, they've managed to stay out in front and stay fast.
Race number 1 goes the way of the Canadians, and that is the Emirates winning moment. The French will come in and claim second place. The Australians with Jimmy Spithill at the helm will finish in third, and here comes Rockwell Denmark to see these point a nice salvage as they were in the back of the fleet, and they're going to pick up the top 4 points.
Wow, there's no room for the Germans. So back to protest here. It looks like they're over the line early anyway, but that could go bigger. That could be a black flag penalty. We'll find out. It is Australia in the lead.
This is the umpires. Germany, you've been disqualified.
Oh, Germany gets the black flag, a delayed black flag from Craig Mitchell.
And that's Germany out of the race. But now we see New Zealand manoeuvre the boat. Can they stay on the foils? No, they can't. Right of way is now with Australia. New Zealand are probably going to have to dip behind, but don't expect Jimmy Spithill to make this very easy for them. He's going to push out the big dive down by New Zealand. Now Australia expect a manoeuvre from them. Can they stay on the foils?
It is the Emirates winning moment with Jimmy Spithill in Australia winning race number 2. It looks like the Kiwis are going to hold on to that second position. A nice bounce back for them because they finished 6th in race number 1. Coming back with a second is nice. And look at Canada, a 1 and a 3 for Phil Robertson and his crew.
Great start out the top of the line by the French, and they are foiling. They'll be fast from there into Mark 1, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, look at
French,
this.
Look at that.
Dip it.
Oh, they pushed it too hard. They were trying to fly the boat higher and go fast to get across that Swiss boat, but they pushed it too hard. Massive error on board the French boat there. Advantage Switzerland. They turn away, and from here, this is a huge opportunity for this young Swiss crew. British are ahead, so that's a gain for Ben Ainsley. He's found that bit more wind. Spain finding a bit of form, Australia a bit of form that's going to really turn the leaderboard for this event upside down.
Emirates GBR, they now have a lead of more than 150 meters, with Spain now moving into second place. Australia making their presence felt in third. Switzerland has dropped back to 4th with New Zealand top 5. And your Emirates winning moment goes the way of Emirates Great Britain as they get the win in the 3rd and final race of the day.
As we see there, the Spanish crew, Nicole there at the front looks a bit tired. She had a big race on the handles there.
So Jimmy Spithill steps in. They go 3, 1, 3. That's a pretty decent report card to send back to one Tom Slingsby.
Who's going to get their timing right? Ben Ainsley coming in fast, but is there going to be room? Taylor Canfield's going to shut the door. Wow, expect a protest there, but that was aggressive from the US and aggressive from Emirates Great Britain. If they're clean, they're going to lead at Mark 1.
This is the umpires. GBR, you're disqualified.
Oh, no!
Boat not keeping clear.
Oh, that is huge.
If Australia come last, they will not make the final, so they need to get a position or they're not racing.
So the further we go up this boundary, the higher
Oh, good. GBR's disqualified. Coming down. How good.
No one has greater joy in that decision than Phil Robertson.
Well, I'll tell you what, France just popped up on the foils. Yeah, looking really good to come back into this race.
Great news for French fans. Canada up on foiling as well. And these two boats, they had to perform. They are performing. Can they continue to perform for the rest of this race?
And this is your Emirates winning moment as Canada SailGP wins the 5th race.
Australia showing us 9th at the minute. For France and Canada, that's probably great news, but it's out of their hands now. It's all about what can Harry Houdini, or Jimmy Spittle as he's also known, do to make that final.
Now everyone keeping their eye out on the race course, because there you see Jimmy Spithill currently sitting in 8th place. So they have moved ahead of Spain just barely, Stevie. Now that might be enough to take the French out of the top 3.
Spain enter that circle first, overlap with Australia. It's advantage Spain here, but can the Aussies keep the speed to go round the outside? I think the Aussies are going to get round.
They got the speed.
What a move, so tight at the bottom. I thought he'd played a bit of a duff move going early, but he got it right, got round the outside.
This is critical to making that final. This will see the French bump down to 4th position and the Australians through to the final with the Canadians and the Kiwis.
It's now all about timing. How's your timing, Jimmy Spittle? Coming in hot. I love the Australian position here. He should be able to convert this into a fast-forward mode and roll over the top of those other two boats. All of them late. Bad timing, but Australia's Jimmy Spittle's got it right. Advantage Australia. New Zealand, well, they've got to try and make something happen now. They've turned the boat first. They're on the inside, and they've stayed on the foils. Numbers up on New Zealand here. They're foiling. Australia have messed it up. They're in the water. Canada are foiling. Who's going to be able to convert this, though? They're all back up and foiling. This race is far from done. Slight twitch and slight mistake by Australia, but I think they should be able to hang on from here. What are Canada going to do? Canada split as well. They cover off New Zealand. Great news for Australia, I think, that neither boat could quite make it to gate 2 straight. Big gains for the Australians.
The Australian team was slightly more wind on the top of the screen than the Canadians on the left side of the course, but all to play for still.
Advantage to the Aussies here, but as they're close to the boundary, they're going to have to give room to Canada. They will have to turn on board Australia. Jimmy's going to ask the question to the umpires, but I think Canada were close enough to the boundary to be protected, and this race is really tight. It was a bit of a loss trying to get on the foils here. It's not quite windy enough, 13 kilometres an hour, top left of the screen, and well, it's really, really tight. Next boat to turn will be Australia. They'll have the right of way over Canada, and they'll be able to come back quickly at them. New Zealand, 2 more manoeuvres to do before the next mark, but they will potentially, if they're close enough, have the right of way.
As they come in, it is going to be tight at the corner. Who's going to give way?
Canada have got to give room to Australia and to New Zealand. Oh, there's going to be protests here, Todd.
This is the umpires. Penalty Canada, relative Australia not giving mark room.
And look how close they are.
Dive on the inside. New Zealand
Meters away as they come to the finish line. Who's going to have the pressure to win it? As they come up, look how close this is.
Oh, it's a laughing. New Zealand have got to keep clear of Australia now, and Canada on the outside, but they should have a penalty.
Canada crosses the line. Now who turns the boat? And it looks like the Emirates winning moment going to New Zealand, taking the win at the Emirates Dubai Sail Grand Prix. Pete, congratulations. Take us through that last gate, what you were seeing and what you were hearing from the other teams, because you were close enough to hear everyone's conversation.
Good. No, it was, it was a bit of a nail-biter, wasn't it? I think as a team, we just made that little mistake at the back of the start box, put us on the back foot the whole way, but then just stayed out of phase right on the back of both boats the whole way around, managed to get the inside at the bottom. I thought there might have been a penalty on the boats outside us, because that evasive manoeuvre we had to do at the bottom was pretty extreme, but now stoked to walk away with a win.
Yeah, I think poor old Craig Mitchell's pretty stressed over those last few metres, Pete, and after what can only be described as probably a disappointing European leg for you, this must feel incredible to get the wheels back on the bus.
Yeah, well, whether you can describe it disappointing, I think the biggest disappointment was not getting to race for half of the European League, and I think today we've really showed what we've got as a team to put this wing back up, get over everything that happened in Saint-Tropez, come away with a win. I think it just proves how much depth we've got, and looking forward to the things to come.
Pete, congratulations. Go enjoy with your team. You are the champions of the Emirates Dubai Sail Grand Prix.